Hi there, Kenneth B., Blue Collar Guy. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for hitting like and subscribe to my channel. I have over 1,000 subscribers. Wow! And I'm just so grateful to have all of you participate and show interest in my channel. If you're new to the channel and you're a blue-collar person, stay tuned because I'm going to explain my journey through this process. And if you're interested, you can go through the journey yourself and how it can benefit you potentially and at least help you in a creative way. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, of course. So what did I do right and what did I do wrong with my YouTube channel? Well, when you first get into YouTube, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. A lot of well-known YouTubers always say that. And that doesn't mean that you don't do it because you think you're going to mess up. It's kind of like riding a bicycle. When you're little, you're going to ride your bicycle, you're going to fall down, you're going to scrape your knee. And do you stop riding your bicycle? No, you get back on your bicycle and you keep going. And you just keep trying and trying and trying until you get it right. And some people delete videos that they, weren't that great, or the video quality wasn't that good. And I understand that, but I'm leaving mine there. And I've deleted some videos that, in the past, and I thought to myself, well, it was a part of the journey. Maybe I should have left them alone. Maybe I should have, because you don't learn from your successes in life. You learn from your mistakes. If a person, for instance, is an athlete, and let's say they're a boxer, they don't learn anything from the fights that they've won. They learn from the fights that they lose. And a lot of people that have, let's say, gone bankrupt in businesses even said that. They said that that's how they learned, was from those bankruptcies. Because when you learn things the hard way, you learn them. And I've done the same thing. So I knew that I was going to make mistakes in this YouTube experience because I'm not tech savvy. I'm not Linus Tech, and if you're listening, Linus, I've watched some of your videos, and he really knows his stuff. So you should check it out if you're into computers. But me, I'm not really a nerdy guy. I do have that passion to learn new things, and I'm fascinated by technology by any stretch of the imagination, but I never went to any of those fields. I'm a forklift driver. I drive forklift. That's what I do. So is it kind of a technical job? Yeah, you have to kind of know what you're doing. You can do a lot of damage to the product. You could actually kill somebody. People have died doing this job. It's a dangerous job. So anyways, my channel is specifically geared towards blue-collar people. Now, and that doesn't mean blue-collar guy. So when I say blue-collar guy, I mean, I'm just referring to myself. But if you're a blue-collar person, a waiter, waitress, garbage man, garbage woman, if you wish to be referred to as, gender neutral, I have no issue with that. I just call myself blue-collar guy because it is the identity that I've chosen for myself. It is kind of like I've done these type of jobs all my life. I've bricklaying, been locksmithing, I've done forklift driving. I've worked in kitchens. So if you're a dishwasher, hey, I've done that job. I know the hardness of that job. You work outside in landscaping, I've done that job too. If you've done general construction, I've done that job too. So I have stepped into many of those jobs, but I've tried office work, and you know, it just wasn't a fit for me, and sometimes it is. And I got nothing against, you know, my channel has nothing against white collar people or white collar jobs. It just isn't who my audience is. So, you know, they're just not going to be interested in what I have to say, or it's not going to be relevant to what their specific needs are and their specific problems are. So mine is, you know, blue collar people that, you know, perhaps live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not talking about, you know, people that are making, you know, almost as much money as a stockbroker. I'm talking about people that put in 14 hours work and say, geez, what bills do I still have to pay? You know, that are trying to raise families on these, you know, incomes. Some of them are living with extended family to help pay rent, help pay mortgage, you know, try to get ahead, you know, things like that. So that's why I call myself blue collar guy, because it's just, you know, who I, you know, and I do product reviews on things that I think help. Like I did one on the massage gun, because when I'm done my job, I'm sore, you know. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm an older person now, and you know, you get sore at the end of the day, and you're just, you know, you want some kind of relief. So I did a video on my TV, for example, because is it good for people that in Canada, especially, that are on a budget, and does it work? And yeah, are there things about it I don't like? Yeah, it's not like a premium TV where, you know, everything runs really smoothly and it's very polished, you know, but it does the job. And I did mention that I would invest in more gear as my journey through this whole channel thing goes. And part of that was, do I expect to get my money back for that? And the answer would be no. Never expect that if you buy a lot of gear and you put your videos on YouTube, that you're going to be an overnight sensation and you're going to get all that money back because you're going to get monetized right away. It has nothing to do with the gear. And that's why I wanted to leave my other videos up, because it has to do with the content of the videos. What it is, what you're saying, helping anybody. And through the comments that I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, and a lot of people have said things that, you know, hey, that's a great idea, I like that. You know, I got I think one or two negative ones, and you have to expect that. You know, you have to set aside your ego on these things. So there may be a negative one on this, because there's a lot of videos on there on how to be successful on YouTube. I'm going to add those, by the way, the ones that I liked, to my playlist. And that's kind of where I wanted to let you know. So if you're starting a YouTube channel, and let's say you were at 50 subscribers like I was before things started to grow very rapidly, and people would say, well, how did you go from 50 all the way to 1,000? Because I grew pretty fast. And it was because I was doing some things wrong. And one of the things I did wrong was I wasn't putting any tags on any of my videos. So when I had 50 subscribers, I had no tags on any of them. So the content was good. And I thought, well, maybe it was just because the video quality wasn't good. So I got an app called TubeBuddy. And what TubeBuddy does is it's like an advisor. It tells you what you're doing right and wrong on your YouTube channel. So it costs about $4 a month. So it's not too badly on the expensive thing. And some people might think that's too expensive, but I think there's a free version too. So I'm going to put a link to that if I can figure out how to do that. So put a link to that in the video, so that you can go to TubeBuddy and check it out. and it gave me a lot of good pointers. Some of them I thought were good, and some of them I thought, well, some of it looks like it's, I don't know, kind of like false advertising, because they're like, well, get some thumbnails that are better high-res thumbnails and things like that. So I changed some of my thumbnails, and some of my thumbnails are not what I have in the video per se, but they're related to it, and they're high resolution, because the thumbnails that YouTube does is they just grab one from your video and then that's your thumbnail. So I changed some of those because I thought it won't hurt. There wasn't getting a lot of views on those videos anyway, so I thought, well, maybe it will attract someone to watch them, and it does. I'm sure some people clicked on it and they said, well, that doesn't look like the thumbnail, and then they clicked back off, but they clicked on it, which gets you a view if they stay on for a certain amount of time. I think they have to stay on for so many seconds. I'm not too sure how that works. So anyways, I changed that. The other thing that I changed was, well, I changed that. I put tags on there, and the tags, it gives you suggestions of what suggested tags you should put on there, and what tags may help you get more. It has to do with the searching algorithm. So I had no tags before, and some people on some videos say, well, the tags don't do anything. But I'll tell you, I think they helped me, and I don't know if they'll help you or not. I can't guarantee that they will or not, but I do think that they made a big difference in mine, because once I added a lot of those tags, my subscribers started to go up. Okay, so what was the other thing that I did? Well, it said put playlist on. I didn't even know what a playlist was, given my age. So I looked it up. I learned it on YouTube, of course, and I will probably put that on a playlist for this. And so playlist, and I'm sure you can just look up playlist and it'll explain how to do a playlist. So you have to do that on your computer. So you have to log in on your computer. You can't do it on your phone. And you will add videos that you've made, but you can also add videos that you didn't make that are on other people's YouTube channels. Now say, well, why would I add their playlist on my channel? And it's because you're giving the people that are watching your videos a proper playlist. You're not just saying, hey, it's all about me. It's about what you think that they want. And sometimes what they want isn't necessarily a video that you made. There are so many videos that I've seen that I'm like, well, this guy explains it much better than I ever could. So I put that on my playlist because you need to set your ego aside and be humble and just say, well, that's the video that they should be watching. As much as I would love it to make those videos myself, I'm going to put that video on my playlist because I care about the person that's watching my video, and I'm sure that they would appreciate that. And they may appreciate it to the point where they'll subscribe to your channel because they're saying that, he's guiding me in a way that I wanted to be guided. He's helping guide me. And it's not just about him and all of his videos. So the other thing too that can happen is that if the people that you've put on your playlist happen to see your videos, they may add you to their playlist because they also know the benefit of guiding people in the right direction. And they know that it's not about them. So that helps your channel in a way because, I have, I think right now, over 45 videos. But there's lots of other videos out there. And you know, I've even said in some of my videos, well, there's, you know, you can watch other videos on this subject and it'll probably help you in this direction. I think, you know, like, you know, when I did the one on why I clean my bicycle chain and what I use, you know, there is other videos out there that also explain on how to do this and that. And some of them go into a lot more detail, and they had a higher budget. That's the other thing too, is some of them just had a higher budget that I don't have. You know, I can't buy like 5 e-bikes just to tell you which one's better. You know, I can't buy 10 cameras to tell you which one I like the best and you know, go play with them all. I don't have that kind of money, and I also don't have that kind of time, because these are full-time YouTube people. I am not a full-time. I am a part-time because I'm a blue-collar guy and I work in a blue-collar job. So, and if you're in that position, you can do the same thing. There's lots of videos that you can explain things, you know. Now, mind you, your playlist shouldn't consist of everybody but you. It just should complement your videos, and think of it that way. It's kind of like when you're talking to a friend and you say, well, you know, I don't know a lot about what we're talking about, but if you talk to Sam or Peter, you know, he really knows his stuff in this area, and I'm sure he can help you. And that's exactly what a YouTube playlist does. Is it just says, you know, this is what I know, but if you want to know more detail on it, here's another video on that I put on my playlist. So because you're not going to be an expert in everything, for sure. The things that I've done right and wrong, well, VN Editor Pro, I use that to edit my videos. Does it cost money to do? Yeah, you can get a free version, but you're going to have to get the other version. I can't remember what I paid, but it's affordable. So it's not going to break the bank, but it does have, for me, a very simple way of doing things. To go into like Corel or one of those Adobe, you're probably going to have this situation where it's going to be so complicated to edit your videos. You're just going to say, I'm overwhelmed, right? Some of these professional video, and I do photography, and I am blown away by how much technical knowledge that's required to do it. So I needed a program like VN Editor Pro because it takes the complication out of it and it simplifies it so that I can adjust things and have the as much professionalism. It's not going to be the equivalent to probably what Linus Tech does, obviously, in his videos, because I think he has a whole crew of people there. I think what did he say? He got like 20 people working with him. So he's got video people that just help edit his videos. I don't have any of that. And if you're a blue collar person and you want to do YouTube, you're not going to have any of that either. You just want to build a simple and try to do it yourself with maybe the odd special effect every now and then. I've done some. You'll see some of the captions, the clouds and the zooming and things like that. And those were all done on my phone with VN Editor Pro. So if you're VN Editor Pro and you like what I've done with your product, give me a call. Maybe we can, you know, I'll put you, I'll do a promotion for you because I could use a little extra money. So anyways, but that's what I use for editing, and I really like it. And I don't think I'm going to switch anytime soon. It's easy to move things around too. It's not a difficult. It really simplifies it. So, and then so TubeBuddies helped me, you know, get subscribers and get views, and with the tags and the playlists. Oh yes, and the end screens. So the other thing I was doing wrong was I didn't have any end screens, which shows you at the end of a video, you can put an end screen that will automatically put your most popular video up there, so people can either click on it, and they can also click on your subscribe caption too, which you can also put on there. And I've also found a way to add the YouTube subscribe link, which is, if you're watching on your phone, should be the little YouTube symbol in the corner, and if you push that, you'll see that it subscribes. So if you weren't too sure if that was just an icon or you can actually touch it, well, touch it and find out, and then I'll get a subscription. So what was the other thing that I did right? Just trying to do better lighting. If you watch the one where I did on the blue color artwork, my whole face is red. I was gonna change it and fix it and delete it, but it already got a lot of views, and I thought, no, I'll just leave it alone. The content is good, but that redness came from my curtains. The sun was coming in and I didn't realize it, and I wasn't paying attention when I uploaded it. I thought I had edited that out, but for some reason it didn't do it, and it just kept it as the red. And I was trying to what I call cool it off in the editing software, but that wasn't VN Editor Pro's fault. That was mine. I didn't do it right, but I left it up there because I do think it's an example of what not to do in your editing. So if you want to learn, about lighting, that's a good example of too much red coming through the curtain shears. But the rest of the video was fine, it didn't affect it. So I thought that was good. The other thing that I wanted to let you know was the camera gear. So I've got a GoPro, which I'm recording this on certain settings. I have LED lighting, but I've ordered more gear, and I said that I would. Like, I have, my audio gear, I have separate audio, and I've ordered a different camera. So in future videos, probably starting maybe next week, maybe at the earliest next week, then there'll be that. I've also registered the name Blue Collar Guy. So if you're trying to use it, you can't. I got that locked down. I've got a logo because in a lot of videos there is a break before the logo, and these are investments that you make when people are subscribing to your channel. If you've only got 5 or 6 subscribers to your channel, don't make those investments. Wait until you get more subscribers and then make those investments. So the way I was doing it was, as I get more subscribers, I would put more into it. And that's just my way of saying thank you to the subscribers, and to let them know that, hey, I noticed that you're subscribing. I'm going to be leaving some, when it comes to like camera gear and things like that, I did find some interesting videos on that. So ones that I found better than others. So I've got to try to find exactly which ones they are, because some of them went into some good detail on things like the sensor sizes of cameras and how that relates to the quality of your video. And the trick is, so if you want my version of it, the trick is to get a sensor that is as big as possible for your camera system. So right now we're not operating on a huge sensor. It is 4K resolution, okay, but it is a small sensor. In my future videos, it will be 4K resolution on a much bigger APS-C style sensor, and you can also get full frame camera sensors and things like that too, but those start getting into a price range in which most people can't afford. And I'm going to be doing another, once I get all of the rest of my gear, I'm going to be doing a video on all of my gear that I think may benefit you, but only after I experiment with it a bit and actually see if it's worth it to do. So I'm not going to promote anything if I don't think it's any good. But spoiler alert, you know, I was operating with Canon. Okay, so I do have Canon. I've got Canon lenses. But when it comes to video, I'm learning that Sony is pretty much on their game when it comes to video, and I will explain why. But there will be some playlists added to this video, so if you're in a YouTube situation where you may want to improve your subscriber count, maybe your views, things of that nature, I'm going to leave you some ways that may just help you. Okay, so take care of yourself and have a great and wonderful weekend, and thank you again for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that button at the end of this thing. Bye.